The most effective tips for the practice to develop mind, concentration, and insight meditation. Practice for mind development is the practice to develop mind and cultivate mind, which means that mind has fewer defilements residing in mind, or to develop mind to the highest level, which means that mind is free from the power of residing defilements completely. In order that mind can be free from the power of defilements, or have fewer defilements, we have to train mind as regards concentration and insight. It can be stated shortly that the practice for mind development in Buddhism is by concentration meditation and insight meditation only. The Buddha rendered the ways to practice mind, and he confirmed by himself that those who follow his discourses for practice will obtain certainly the result of the practice in this life. The mentioned discourse is called the Great Discourses for Four Foundations of Mindfulness. They are discourses for the practice to develop mind as regards both concentration and insight, which can enable practitioners to obtain the Holy One, the Nibbana, finally. There are 21 meditation exercises for the practice to develop mind in the discourses. The part which is the most important in the great discourses that we should know and remember is the most effective tips of the great discourses. The essence is, during the practice, we have to beware of mind and keep it to be mindful of the body only. Strictly do not let mind be conditioned and perceive external sense objects. Whenever we realize that mind is conditioned and flees out of the body, we have to hurry to bring it back and make it mindful of the body as it used to be. If the mind still wants to be conditioned and perceive external sense objects, rush to bring it back again. In short, we have to train mind to be mindful of the body only. We practice to train mind to be mindful of the body only during the practice because we practice to develop mind so that we can know the truth of our body, that it is impermanent and suffering. To know it is impermanent and suffering, we must have mind full of mindfulness and consciousness, and it must be established mind so that it can develop wisdom to realize suffering in our life. When our mind still lacks mindfulness and consciousness, it is mind with derangements. We will mistake the truth of life. For instance, we mistake our body for beauty. We will think that our life is happy, not suffering, and it is our life, etc. According to the Buddhist teachings, the truth is opposite to what is mentioned. This is derangement because mind is occupied by defilements. Mind thus lacks of mindfulness and consciousness. Mind is not perfect and qualified enough to realize the power of defilements piled up in our inborn trait. In this regard, Buddhism provides us with the teachings so that we can scrub our defilements from mind till we are free from its power completely. This is the best result. The Buddha rendered the teachings to us to train mind to be perfectly mindful and conscious so that we can fight to eradicate defilements in mind by concentration meditation and insight meditation, especially according to the four foundations of mindfulness assured by the Buddha to be practiced to develop mindfulness and consciousness. In conclusion, when we intend to practice for mind development by both concentration meditation and insight meditation, we have to follow the practice of the great discourses of four foundations of mindfulness. When we exercise concentration meditation, we practice by mindfulness of breathing. When we exercise insight meditation, we do according to the practice of the four foundations of mindfulness comprising body, feeling, mind, mental conditions, mind objects. By insight meditation, we have mind and matter, nama rupa, as sense objects throughout the practice.